Welcome to Eureka Math. I'm Mr. Shankel. I'm going to help you today with Module 1, Lesson 17. Let's get started. The opening exercise, we have to draw all the necessary components of the coordinate plane, and each grid line is going to represent one unit. So in order to do this, I'm going to first start with the x-axis. So let me draw that in first. There's our x-axis, and let me get my pen here. I want arrows on the ends to signify that it goes forever in each direction, and this is called the x-axis. That's an A. All right, and then I'll draw in my y-axis, which is going to be right here. All right, there's my y. And again, I need the arrows, and I'm going to call this the y-axis. There we go. And then the last thing that I need, looks like I was off a little bit, doesn't it? Looks like I'm a little off. Is that okay? Yeah, it's fine. It should be over a little, so let's move it. It should be over to here, which I believe is the middle. Is that the middle? That doesn't look right. Is this the middle? Well, that doesn't look right. Is this the middle? Oh, maybe we don't have a middle here. Well, it does make sense, doesn't it, that there's going to be one side that's going to be a little off, so that's okay. All right, so here's the y-axis. Okay, the next thing we need is just some numbers. So we need our scale on here, and we said that each line is going to be representing 1. So I'm going to just write in by 2s. So I'm going to skip 2, skip 1, and then a 4, and then skip 1, there's a 6, and then skip 1, and that's an 8. Just for the sake of space, I could write in the numbers there for 1, 3, 5, and 7, but it would get a little tight. So let me do a -2 here, and a -4 there, and a -6, and a -8, etc. And then the positive numbers go up on the y-axis, so that's a 2 here, and there's a 4, and this would be a 6, oops, 6 right there, and an 8 up here. Wow, my pen's not working. There's an 8, and then on the bottom a -2, -4, -6 is down here, a -8, etc. Okay, so all that we need here are x-axis, y-axis, the scale, and we're ready to go. All right, let's use that knowledge on the example 1, or example 2, sorry. Example 1. We're going to draw in our x and y-axis again. So I've got this one, and I have this one. And I'm going to have some arrows to show that they go both ways, in all directions, forever. And now I need to decide what my scale is. And if you notice, when you look at the x values are -4, -3, 1, 6, and 9. Well, those will fit very easily on the scale that we had previously, where each grid line represented 1 unit. So that's fine. But check out the y values. We've got a 20, a 35, a -35, a 10, and a -40. Now, those are not going to fit on our scale. I mean, the highest we got to was 8 or 9 or maybe 10 at the very edge. So they're not going to fit. So here's what we need to do. We need to decide how we can shrink our scale down a little bit so that all of those points will fit. So here's what we're going to do. The x-axis is fine because my x values are small enough that they'll fit if I just did what we did before. Oops, let me get the right tool here. This is a 2. 2. Here's 4, 6, 8. Okay, that's fine. And then over here, -2, -4 would be here. -6 is there. -8. Oh, eights are trouble. Okay, so there's our scale for the x axis. All of our x values will fit on there, so that's good. Now, we have to get all of these points on the y value. So the 20, the 35, the -35, the 10, and the -40. The -40 is the biggest one. So I want to focus our energy here on this -40. I need that to fit in 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is there. 9, 10. Okay, so 10 spaces. I need the 40 to fit in 10 spaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my number that's the biggest number of my y value, which is 40, and I'm going to divide it by the number of spaces that I have, which in this case is 10. Well, 40 divided by 10 is 4. 4 times 10 is 40, and I have nothing left over. So I know that every one of my lines here is going to be worth 4 units. So this is a 4, this is an 8, this one would be 12, then we would go 16, and then 20, and then 24, up to 28, and then 32. Oops, 32, write it in there, 32. Okay, come on. That's ugly. Okay, 32. And then this one is a 36. And then the last one is a 40. All right, so it fits in there nicely. And then we would do the same on the bottom. Now I'm going to skip every 2, but every one is going to still be worth 4. This is a -8, and then -12, and then the next one will be -16, and then -20, and then the next one would be -24, and then -28, and the next one would be -32, and then -36, and then the last one would be -40. All right, so there we have it. And now I can plot all of my points. I can put every one on this coordinate plane. Left 4 and up 20, right there. How about this one? Left 3, up 35. Well, 35 is just a little bit below 36, so that's going to be about right there. Right 1, down 35. Okay, so 32, 36 is going to be right about there. Right 6, up 10. 10 is between 8 and 12, right there. Okay, so you get the idea. We can take whatever our number is for our x and y value, and we can create a scale so that all of our points fit on the coordinate plane. All right, we are going to continue with the rest of the exercises, but it'll be part 2 of the video, so I'll see you in a minute.